all over social media all the time that we should be doing strength training 3 to 4 times a week. And in today's video, I want to go through 10 reasons of why you should be strength training and the benefit that it's going to bring you, especially if you are a woman over the age of 40, going into the perimenopause and menopause stage of your life. And you are never too old to start strength training. Whether you're in your 30s, 40s, or even in your 70s, you are never too old to start strength training. If you don't know me, my name is Rachel and I love everything to do with health and wellness. I'm a qualified fitness instructor and dance teacher and menopause coach. And on this channel, I just like to share everything that I have learned, my expertise, to hopefully help you live a healthier lifestyle. So why strength training? What's the purpose in strength training? So the first reason is that it actually helps us prevent our muscle loss. Now in 2023, there was a study published in Sports Medicine Open, which stated that if you do strength training effectively, then you counteract the menopause related muscle loss that we have, especially in the ages between 40 and 60. So doing strength training will help us maintain our muscles, also rebuilds our muscles as well, which helps us with our everyday movements, such as walking, getting up off the chair, and doing things that we generally just take for granted, which will then lead us to make sure that we have as much independence as we get older for as long as possible. And again, strength training is better for our long-term health. So as we age, especially from the age of 30 upwards, especially into our 40s, we naturally lose muscle mass. It's just a natural thing that happens. No one does anything wrong. It's just a natural thing. So by doing effective strength training, lifting heavy weights that you still keep in good form, you're not going to cause yourself injury, but you're lifting heavy, aiming between 6 to 10 reps. Anything more than that, you're probably just maintaining. But to strengthen and build those muscles, you want to lift heavy between 6 to 8 reps, 10 at a push, so that you can maintain your muscle mass, you can rebuild your muscle mass, you can have long-term health and independence for as long as possible by making sure that having those strength training exercises, those strength training workouts 3 to 4 times a week, you are still being able to do everyday movements such as walking, getting up off the chair, and playing with your kids or your grandkids in the garden. The second reason that we should be doing strength training, especially if you are a woman over 40, that when you hit over 40 and you're going into the perimenopause and menopause stage of your life, we naturally lose estrogen, and estrogen helps with our bone density. So by losing the estrogen, our bones become weaker, which then leads to things like osteoporosis. But by doing weight-bearing exercises and resistant strength training exercises, our bones actually become stronger. This is because it stimulates the bone growth and helps maintain our bone mineral density, particularly in the hips and the spine, and it's also good for the knees as well, which are usually the ones that go the most, right? Most people have hips, knees, or back problems. So by doing weight-bearing exercises, resistant strength training will help maintain that bone density minerals, and it will also make sure that we're stimulating the bone growth. Now, also in 2023, there was another study that came out from Frontiers Physiology, which took 19 randomized ladies that were postmenopausal, and they discovered that by doing resistant training, they actually had significantly improve bone mineral density, especially in their neck and their spine. So by doing resistant training is very good for our bone density so that we don't have osteoporosis. Also, it's good for our bone density, so if we have a fall, we've got less likely a chance of breaking a bone or not have a severe break if we didn't do any resistant exercises, because our bones aren't as weak. So it's really important, especially for women over the age of 40, to start strength training, not just for muscles, but also for our bone density. Number 3, another reason why I want to do strength training, and one that you're going to absolutely love, is that it actually boosts our metabolism, because our muscle tissue actually burns more calories than fat tissue does. Even when we're just chilling out watching Netflix, it's still burning calories more than the fat tissue would if we were just sat down watching Netflix. So by doing strength training, it can actually help offset the metabolic slowdown, especially after the age of 40. Number 4, strength training can actually improve your insulin sensitivity and your blood sugar levels. Now, as we age, we have more of a higher increase of developing type 2 diabetes, especially if we're not looking after our health correctly. But there has now been research that shows that by doing strength training can actually help lower our blood sugar. and improve our insulin sensitivity, which helps prevent things such as type 2 diabetes. Number 5 is that strength training can actually show that it supports our healthy weight management. So sometimes the scales might not actually go down when we're doing strength training, but our body composition and our overall strength will increase. Strength training can also preserve the lean muscle mass during fat loss. So even though you might not see a change on the scale straight away, your body composition, therefore your body shape, will start to change. You will start to feel a lot more stronger and start to have a little bit more energy. And sometimes if you're in a weight loss journey at the moment, by doing strength training, you will see your body composition change. So your shape will change, your energy will change, but the scales may not change. Well, eventually it will. Those are the things that you will start to see first, and then you probably will see the weight loss afterwards. But by strength training, you're persevering lean muscle mass, your body composition is changing, your strength is changing, and your energy levels change. So sometimes, even if the scales don't go down, how you feel within yourself is much more important. Again, in 2023, there was a review made that women who do strength training, they felt stronger, they had more energy, they saw an improvement in their lean muscle mass, they actually felt they had better balance and more physical ability to do things that they've not done before. They didn't feel so tired at the end of the day. They felt like they could go and play with their kids a little bit more. So doing strength training will help with your overall healthy weight management. Number 6, touched on this briefly in a previous one, the bone density, but strength training will reduce your risk of injury, but it also helps improve your joint support as well. So by working our muscles cover our joints. So therefore, if we've got nice strong muscles, we're protecting our joints more, whether that's our knee joint, shoulder joint, elbow joint, hip joint, we're protecting all our joints by having stronger muscles. So strength training can help improve our joint support. And as we age, we have more risk of falling and possibly hurting or breaking something. But if we have stronger muscles, and that's helping with our bone density, even if we do fall and even if we do break something, it's not going to be as bad a break as if you wasn't strength training, because your muscles are not going to be as weak. So by doing strength training, you're reducing your risk of injury and you're supporting your joints overall. Number 7 is that strength training can improve our overall heart health. Now, I think personally, just for me, I think it's important to still do a little bit of cardio for our heart health. But strength training will also support our heart health as well. So if you are not a cardio person, if you don't like doing cardio, then in any shape or form, then you don't have to. If you're strength training 3 to 4 times a week, you're still supporting your heart health. Now, I don't really like much cardio anymore, but I do love to walk for at least an hour a day. And I usually walk with a weighted vest to get my cardio levels up. So that is my cardio that I do. But even when I do my strength training workouts, especially if I'm doing legs, I always feel out of breath and like I've had a cardio workout. So strength training will improve your heart health. This is because resistant training is linked to lowering your blood pressure, which is really important no matter what age you are. It can also improve your cholesterol risk, it can lower your cholesterol, and it can help reduce your cardiovascular disease risk as well, which is very important, especially as we age. Like I said, combining strength training with some cardio workouts, such as simple walking, even if it's not just with a weight vest, but just walking in general, will dramatically improve your heart health. So you don't need to go hours and hours on the treadmill. Strength training and walking will do it just as good. Number 8 is strength training will help support your hormones and any menopausal related symptoms that you may have. Now, when you hit the perimenopause and menopause, one symptom that a lot of women get is depression and anxiety, and it can be quite a scary time, and especially if you've had anxiety in the past like I have, it can be a little bit worrying because you know how bad things may get. However, by doing strength training and exercise will help you improve your mood, help with your sleep, help with fatigue, and as we age and we get to the perimenopause and menopause stage of our life, we naturally gain more body fat around our mid area, which I will do another video on, so don't forget to subscribe because I'll do another video all about gaining weight around the mid area as a woman in their 40s and what you can do about it. So that video will come out in a few weeks, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But by doing strength training will help with that increased belly fat, as people call it, and which ultimately has an effect on our mood and on our sleep and everything. So doing strength training will help with our mood, help with fatigue. It will help with the increased belly fat that majority of women get when they're going through the menopausal phase of their life. And it will help with your sleep issues, which is another issue that menopausal women have as well. So strength training is good for our hormones and menopause related symptoms. And number 9, I just touched on it, but number 9 is that strength training and exercise will help with our mental health and our confidence. So there have been studies that show that strength training can help with anxiety and depression. And when you have anxiety and depression, because I've suffered with it as well, it sometimes can be very hard to do any kind of exercise. Just starting off with 10 minutes of strength training and then just build on it from there, your anxiety and your depression will slowly lift, because the strength training will help with those moods, because it will release different hormones, it will release endorphins, and it will help you feel a bit better about yourself. So even though it's hard to exercise when you have anxiety and depression, the exercises are one thing that's actually going to help you. Not only that, it will then help you with your self-esteem and your confidence, because as we go through the menopause and our body changes, we do lack self-esteem and our confidence kind of just goes into the gutter. By doing strength training and working our muscles and making ourselves feel a bit better about ourselves in every aspect of our life, we're going to gain our self-esteem back and we're going to get a little bit more confident as well. And one thing that we also have as we age is our cognitive function decides to disappear on us. We have a lot more brain fog than we usually do. We can forget someone's name that we've known for absolutely years and we'll just have a complete mind blank, and that's all to do with our hormones changing as we age. But by strength training can actually help with our cognitive function. Now again, I want to do another video on that as well, because I find that really fascinating. So there'll be another video of that in the next couple of months. I've got a few lined up, but don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss that video either. And through these studies that have been done, many women reported that they feel more capable and more empowered in their daily life. So strength training doesn't just have an effect on our body, but on our minds as well. And finally, number 10 of why strength training is so important as we age, especially for women over the age of 40, is because it helps us keep our independence. Now, there have been many little TikTok and Instagram and Facebook clips that I've seen, and one of them, I'm sure that you have seen it as well, where you have two people that are the same age. One of them is very active, getting up, playing with grandkids, great grandkids, and still doing everything that they normally do. And the other one has to be in a wheelchair, be helped out of bed, could be of no fault of their own. But I decided at that point that I didn't want to be that kind of person. When I age, I still want to be very active. I still want to be able to be with my son no matter how old he is, and if he decides to have children in his life, and I want to be able to be there for my grandchildren. So I'm already nearly 43. My son isn't even in his teenage years yet, so if he doesn't have kids till quite late, then I could be a very late grandmother. So I want to be able to be active and able and be there for my son and his future children if he decides to have any. So I want to take care of my body, and strength training is one of those ways that I can do that. And it isn't just playing with my grandchildren or still being there for my son when he needs to be, but it's being able to get off the floor without help. It's being able to carry the shopping bags in the house from the car. It's being able to do simple everyday things that I've always took for granted that I can still do as I age, and strength training is going to help me be able to do that. So that is the 10 reasons why you should be strength training, especially as you age in your 30s, 40s and beyond. And like I said at the beginning, you are never too old to start strength training. And if you are a complete beginner, just start with 2 to 4 sessions of strength training a week, between 30 minutes and 1 hour. Just start slow and build from there. Start with simple exercises like squats, press-ups, deadlifts. Any compound workout would be a great place to start. And then as you get better and better and more experienced, then you can start the progressive overload by adding more weight and generally becoming stronger. So if you don't have any weights or you're a complete beginner, start with your body weight. Just start doing squats, just basic body weights, and then slowly progressive overload is increasing that resistance over time. Once you've done your strength training, you must recover properly, making sure that you are taking plenty of rest and that you are getting your protein in. I have done a video already on the channel about why we should be having more protein. I'll link that in the description box below for you, so you can go and check that video out next. But making sure that we're doing adequate recovery as well. And again, there will be another video. I've got a lot of videos I want to share with you of all the information that I've learned as I've grown through my fitness journey. When I started when I was 18 years old, and now I'm 43, and I've continued in that fitness industry. I took a little bit of a break when I had my son, but I'm back into it again now, and I absolutely love it. And I just want to share my knowledge, my expertise, and my experience with you all, so that hopefully you can start this journey of health and well-being, and making sure that you're looking after yourself as we age. If you have any comments or have any questions or anything else like that, do drop them in the comment box below. I love to talk to my community, so make sure that you drop anything in the comment box below. Or if I've missed something that you want to say, or I've done something wrong, again, write it in the comment box below, because I love to learn and improve myself each time. If you've liked the video, don't forget to hit that like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos from me. And I'll see you on the next video.